Now at 6 a.m. on WKYT this morning, a second suspect is heading to court today, accused of murdering a Lexington pizza delivery driver.
Workers at a Central Kentucky racetrack say they're frustrated after thieves caused quite a bit of damage.
And some of the city's finest were honored at the Lexington Police Banquet.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Top of the morning to you from the WKYT News team as we're up and at it here on this Wednesday, and glad you're along. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hope you're trying to get up and at it, at least if you're not already there. We hear Deanne Stevens was the MC of that police banquet last night, so we'll bring you some highlights from that.
Yeah, I look forward to that, and some citizens also honored at that. All right, beautiful weather on the way again today. It's really easy to enjoy. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, it really is. The problem is it's kind of warm. I mean, when you get 10, 15 degrees above average, that's pretty warm. But when we get off into summer, these 80s are going to be something that we really want back. First Low Defender Live Radar, there's your clean sweep. So no rain this morning, temperatures in the 50s and 60s. I mean, that's a really good feel. You will not need a coat this morning. Today's forecast, 86 by the afternoon. It gets even warmer today. Tomorrow, going off towards your weekend, 87 toward the weekend. Could we be seeing 90 degrees? And when does the rain move in? I'll have that in your 7-day forecast in about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you. Here's the latest from WKYT News. Friends of a Lexington murder victim say they take some comfort in knowing that a second arrest has now been made in the case.
Cameron McClellan was already in jail yesterday when police charged him with the last month's murder of Salahuddin Jadmood. McClellan will be in court today, and our WKYT's Victor Puente is live to explain what we can expect out of this.
Cameron McClellan was already in jail on another robbery charge when police charged him with murdering a pizza delivery driver last month. Salahuddin Jadmood was killed outside of an apartment on Trent Circle. Police say the 22-year-old was delivering pizza when he was robbed and murdered. He was found lying in a breezeway by a woman living in a nearby apartment. Last month, police arrested 30-year-old Antonio Lewis and charged him with murder and robbery. Lewis lived at the Walnut Hill apartment complex where Jadmood was killed. Now 28-year-old Cameron McClellan is also charged with murder and robbery. His arrest citation says he was involved in the intentional death of the victim by means of a sharp instrument. Jadmood's friends tell us they take some comfort in knowing a second arrest has been made. McClellan will be arraigned later today here at District Court. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Well, new this morning, at least one person was seriously injured in a late-night crash. Lincoln County Police say US 150 East, just outside Stanford, was shut down for several hours overnight because of a three-car crash. Police say two of the drivers were flown to UK Hospital, one of them in serious condition. The third driver and a passenger were treated at a local hospital.
We're coming down to the wire now in Kentucky's primary elections, and today much of the attention will be for the race for governor on the Republican side with that primary May 19th. The four candidates will debate this morning. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk to explain why there may be a lot of attention on today's debate. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. The debate is coming right after allegations surfaced that James Comer physically and mentally abused his college girlfriend. Comer and the other three Republican candidates for governor, Hal Heiner, Matt Bevin, and Will Scott, will be able to ask each other questions at today's debate. They will square off at the Kentucky Sports Radio studios at 10 a.m. We expect one topic of discussion will center around the allegations that Comer abused his former girlfriend. Comer is flatly denying those accusations and says he's sickened by them. In a letter to the Louisville Courier-Journal, Comer's former girlfriend, Marilyn Thomas, claimed that Comer hit her and drove her to a medical clinic for an abortion in 1991. The candidate for governor replied yesterday by saying, quote, "Everyone who knows me understands that the charges are completely incompatible with everything I stand for, everything that I am," end quote. Comer's wife is standing by his side. She also says she doesn't believe the allegations of abuse. Comer says the accusations are politically calculated, pointing out that they surfaced just a couple weeks before the May 19th primary election. Comer says he is considering legal action against all parties involved. He says the allegations have not hurt his bid for governor, and his campaign is moving forward. Of course, we will have a crew at the debate, and we will keep you updated on air and online. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Those candidates have been together several times during the course of this campaign, but the talk is getting tougher as the election approaches. Well, days away from a Lincoln County racetrack's biggest event ever, thieves have put up a roadblock. Promoters at the Ponderosa Speedway say thieves stole batteries and more than 100 pounds of copper wiring from the track. They say some of that copper was underground and it took a while to dig it out. Organizers say they can't understand why someone would go to so much effort to steal from the track.
I would like to find out who did it. I mean, it's just make people aware of what people are willing to go through to make maybe $100. The batteries they stole cost me $150 a piece to replace, and I think they bring $8 at the scrapyard.
Denson plans to install security cameras now, and the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office is contacting all of the scrapyards in the region to alert them about the copper theft. The World of Outlaws late model series race still has the green light, though, for this Friday.
A man accused of stealing human remains from a Rockcastle County crime scene is set to appear in court. Bruce Smith is charged with evidence tampering. Police say he led them to a set of human remains he found while mushroom hunting near Mount Vernon last month. When police came to his home to follow up on the investigation, he told them he took a bone from the scene. State police do not think Smith had anything to do with the death of the person they found. Those remains still have not been identified. Funeral arrangements have been set for 6 family members who died in a Wayne County crash. Police say Tenna Proctor, her children, Audrey and Nate, and her 3 grandchildren, 4-year-old a 2-year-old and also another 1-year-old, all died Friday night in the crash near Monticello. There will be one service for all 6 victims. Visitation is Friday morning at Hicks Vaughn Funeral Home in Monticello. The funerals will follow at 2 o'clock. Police officers and citizens were honored last night at the Lexington Police Banquet.
And among them, a young woman who fought off robbers at her store. Zara Adel made national headlines when she fought off 2 gunmen who tried to rob her family's tobacco store on North Broadway back in February. She tore off one of the robbers' hoodies and took his gun, shooting him in the shoulder. She says that since officers can't always be there, she took matters into her own hands.
You have to basically step in as the cop and as a civilian and take a stand. Cops can't be there 24/7. We're working like 16-hour shifts to earn our money, and these guys come in instead of getting themselves a job and working hard and stuff, and I'm not going to let somebody do that. You know, it's not fair.
Still very resolute about what happened, and while police officers commended Zara Adel for her actions, they also do not recommend putting yourself in such a dangerous situation.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris and First Alert Defender.
Current temperature wise, we're holding on to the 50s, a couple of 60s out of here and there. But look, either way, it feels phenomenal outside. Bill was talking about it this morning, how he just kind of sat out on his front porch for about 10 minutes. And you know what? If you have time to do that before you go off to work, it's a really relaxing thing. This is some really good weather. We're at 62 now in Jackson, 56 there in London. Go down toward Campbellsville near the Green River area. Boy, it's a really, really nice start to the day. Out the door forecast as you're walking out the doors, 58. You won't need a coat. The kids won't need a coat as they're going off to the bus stop. As they're returning home, they'll need those shorts and short sleeves. Don't forget about that, because a lot of times when you get temperatures like these and also weather like this, you're talking about those teachers taking your kids out and playing on the playground. They don't need jeans. They don't need long sleeve shirts. It will feel very warm as we slide even through the morning hours. I mean, look, by noontime, we're already at 80 degrees. So just keep that in mind. Overnight and into tomorrow morning, nothing going on. Let's go ahead and fast forward, look towards your weekend. Mother's Day forecast. There by noontime, that is your best chance to actually sit there dry. Now, as we slide into the afternoon, that is your best opportunity to not be dry, to actually get a couple of thunderstorms roll through. Temperatures will be pretty warm, still staying there in the mid-80s. So if you're planning that Mother's Day forecast, late in the day is probably then not your best opportunity to get out there and have a nice little meal on the patio or whatnot. There for Mom. DeLois Hampton sent this one in. Now, this was taken this morning, which was early in the morning hours from Slimp, Kentucky. That's in Perry County, just south of Hazard. And how cool is that shot? Still not a full moon. Remember, that was on Sunday, but it's still about 90 to 95% full. And then we had another one, the sunset from yesterday, beautiful sunset, Clear Creek Lake there in Bath County. It's a beautiful shot. That's from Dell Wages. We appreciate that. Facebook pictures of the day. Your 7-day forecast, it holds tight with those summer light temperatures. It gets even warmer as we slide through the next few days. There we are holding on to mid-80s, 87 on Saturday. You talk about a warm day. One of these days, I still expect to see at least a 90-degree reading somewhere here and there. But you can see, I mean, this is your summer like setup. You get warm temperatures, you get a lot of moisture streaming on in, you'll feel that humidity, and also small chances of rain during the afternoon. And when I say small, I'm talking 20-30%, so it's not great. Most of us do stay dry.
Well, at least we see something with a 7 in front of it over the next 10 days or so.
Oh yeah, it's coming, some cooler air.
A little cooler,
but
yeah.
cooler.
Each morning we bring you weather and traffic together. Here is Officer Don now with a look at what is happening out on the roads. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. No wrecks at the moment on the Circle or the interstate for that matter. Just had a look at the exit ramps off I-75 here in Lexington, and we're collision free and no major delays to deal with so far as we get a live look at 7564, the northern split this morning. And on our Waze map, a few drivers on the way in, and they're reporting it's a smooth ride, at least so far, for a beautiful morning on the inner and outer loops of the Circle, and inbound Alumni looks okay. The milling and paving project still continues on Man-O-War between Richmond Road and Tate's Creek. But it's getting better and better there, especially for rush hour. Any issues we see will probably be about midday as far as traffic flow is concerned through that milling and paving project. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, Don, thank you so much. And Officer Don and Deanna are on 98.1 The Bull with some good music and fun as you ride in this morning. Good to have you along with us on WKYT this morning. The time is 6:11.
We've got some details on a forest fire out in eastern Kentucky that's threatening homes.
And it sure beats listening to a crying baby. We'll have details about Amazon's new deal to stream movies a mile high in the air.